If you have never been strapped down as a wheelchair user in a van or a bus, I will talk you through those steps just so you have an idea, and then I will leave you links down below so you can take a look at what it looks like. And these are training videos for those who have never strapped somebody down in a van. There are two methods. One is with the Q-Straint, which is the one I'm used to, and then the other one is with the pin or with the bolt. And I will describe it to you, and then there will be videos down below, and I think I have some pictures that I will add here of what it looks like. So with the straps, there are, in large vans, there are tracks on the floor where they can put in the strap, lock in the strap, and then there's a metal hook on the other end, stretches out and hooks around the wheelchair, depending on where, if it's a manual wheelchair or if it's a power wheelchair. Usually power wheelchairs have loops, metal loops on the side right underneath the seat, and that's where they need to lock the power wheelchair. Due to its weight, it needs to be done that way. And for the manual wheelchair, they want to hook it around the frame, not around the person's foot or the foot rests. It needs to be directly on the frame so it holds well. And make sure that the straps are tight so the wheelchair doesn't fish around it as they go. So the straps are, again, and I'll show some pictures here. Now, for smaller vans, there's only like one little button where those straps can buckle in on the floor. And then they, stretch out as a strap would, like when you are putting on your strap in the car. So it's the same system. It's just locked on the floor of the van. But for smaller vans, it's just one bolt on the floor, 4 points. And they just lock it in there, and then they pull out the strap and lock the wheelchair down 4 points or 4 areas of the wheelchair. The other one is the bolt. Now, not all wheelchairs can have a bolt because of the distance between the ground and the bottom of the wheelchair needs to be 3 inches or more. So 3 inches. My wheelchair does not qualify because I'm only like 2.5 or less between my seat and the ground. So I do not qualify for a bolt. If you have a bolt attached to your wheelchair, you got to have that in mind. So if you go in the grass or something, that bolt doesn't get caught on grass or other items. So that is the other one. It has a plate on the floor, and you drive in. It has like a V, a metal V, and you're driving in. Here's your bolt underneath, and you drive in, and that closes and locks the bolt in there. Again, I will show another picture so you can see and have an idea of what it's like. And the scissor kind of mechanism closes immediately, and if there's an emergency, you can push a button and the V can open up and you can back out and exit the van. So again, the larger vans are going to have tracks, and the smaller vans are going to just have a type of bolt where the straps go. There's also a strap that goes across you, which will also plug into the other straps that are already holding down the wheelchair. In larger vans, there's plenty of room for the driver to strap the wheelchair down. In smaller vans, of course, it's a little bit more cramped, but they can do it from the sides, stick their hand in there and hook the wheelchair on one side, then the other. Then they have to go through the back to hook the wheelchair on the frame from the back twice, and then they're ready to go. They have to put across the strap. So there's a lot of straps, a lot of attention needs to be placed on making sure that the straps are in the right place and that they are secure on the floor. You don't want a strap to come apart. On buses, it's the same mechanism with the straps, but the straps are already placed on the wall. One is placed on the wall and two on the floor. So they only have three points, not four. So, but those 3 points are really important because drivers have forgotten to do the front point, and my Empower wheelchairs and in manual wheelchairs, the casters are not locked. So as that van turns one way or the other, you're going to fish, and your casters are going to end up in the middle of the aisle. So you don't want that. It's kind of scary, and there's nothing to hold on usually in front of you. So you want the 3 points. Always make sure that the driver puts in the 3 points, one for your casters up front and the 2 in the back. So that's really important so that you are safe and not fishing around while the driver is happy-go-lucky around down the street. So as you know, we are in the middle of a campaign to encourage wheelchair users to make themselves more visible when they are on the streets, crossing the streets or going down the street, so that drivers are aware and that they can see you better. As you know, you're shorter, so better to use a flag or some kind of shiny or reflective strap that guards use or joggers use when they're out on the street. So anything you can think of that will make you visible, more visible on the streets. So you'll see our outers, the thank you outers in the introductions. You'll see the ideas that we have. So, but thank you for being with us. Thank you for accompanying me so that I'm not talking by myself. I know you're out there listening. And if you've never been in a van, you've never been strapped down, here are the examples of what it is like to be strapped down. We are in the middle of a campaign to encourage wheelchair users who go out in the street for their wheelchairs to be more visible, for themselves to be more visible, and avoid accidents, avoid, serious accidents. So we're encouraging all of you to dress up your wheelchair or to find something you can put on yourself or a flag for your wheelchair so you're more visible on the streets, and then take a picture of what you have done, and we can put it here I think you can post it here on the channel. So hoping you follow us, because it's a great time to be safe.